Hey everybody, and welcome back to What Are You Watching? We are sorry we missed last week. We got shut down for a week in high school, but we are back now for at least a couple more weeks. And I'm Riley Shutt, and I'm here with
Nace Lawson.
Oh, I get to go. Hi, I'm Leela.
Future Hall of Famer, Mr. Horton.
Hello.
What was that motion?
That was just like
We
this is
don't
my
we don't promote gang signs here.
That was my Memorial Day. Let's go.
Oh.
Okay.
Meanwhile,
Alright, so I can start us off. So I actually just finished watching Orange is the New Black. I talked about it 2 weeks ago. Finished it. I'm obsessed with it. And I did see, although they said it was the last season, I did see something saying there is a season 18 coming out. Or not 18, 8 coming out.
I don't know.
I looked up for Orange is the New Black.
I didn't think there was another one.
Yeah, that's what I thought. I keep seeing people saying, "Well, season 7's the last," and I looked it up to just double check when I finished, and they did say they're in production for a season 8 that's coming out in July.
Hasn't it been a hot minute since that
It's
show's been active?
2019 was when season 7 came out.
Kind of finished, right? Didn't they wrap stuff up on that?
Yeah, kind of. They did leave a few things like you're like, oh wait, what would happen? So I don't know. The article I read could be wrong, but I did see that there is a possible season 8 coming out in July.
New job opportunity. I want to be the guy that decides whether shows get re-upped or not.
No.
Yes,
Ooh.
please. I want the Society season 2.
Right? They
Netflix
canceled
did it so dirty.
They
Oh, no.
canceled it. They're not making a new one.
I
ever.
know because of COVID.
No, it's because the Hype House is coming. We already talked about this a couple
Yeah.
weeks ago.
Oh, okay.
They're adding Hype House. They canceled like a bunch of amazing shows, but then kept Riverdale and kept a bunch of awful shows.
Well, Riverdale is on the CW though.
You know,
right?
I didn't.
No, but Netflix, it's not a Netflix show, so that Netflix
yeah.
still could have said no, we're taking it off Netflix.
I didn't watch past season 1 of Riverdale, but once I saw on YouTube Riverdale version of Candy Store from Heather's, I knew it was going downhill.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, so I actually am not. I actually don't mind Riverdale, and the last season I got really into it. Like it got you. Okay, so saw me off camera. You got it. Yeah. The whole last couple seasons, they've been leaving you on some serious good cliffhangers.
See, because like the first season, I loved it, and then like the second and third year, I was like, it's not gonna be good.
Yeah,
and then
the second, third,
season,
yeah.
They stepped it up, but they had to end the season early because of COVID, so
And
they
they
were
left
supposed to
you-
have like 3 more episodes.
And they left us on a huge cliffhanger.
Yeah.
Like we don't know people. Like there's people that could be dead right now that we don't know.
Yeah.
We have no clue what's going on.
Oh.
It's you have to stick with it, like to actually give it a chance. But it's not a bad show. Everybody hates on it, but they had a little bit of a bad run. But now they're starting to get better.
Yep.
All right, so
So just Orange is the New Black.
I just want to update on that. But
Season 8.
yeah,
Is it
season
coming?
8.
Did you
Is
get it?
it July the 23rd?
So more shows that are actually coming. iCarly is coming on June 17th
Yeah.
on Paramount Plus. So keep an eye out for that. Keep an eye out on Netflix shows.
Isn't today Friends reunion?
Yes, Friends
Yes.
Reunion came out today on HBO. I actually just gave somebody my HBO password so they could watch it because they were really excited about it. But no, that came out today. We have a bunch of shows on Netflix. Keep an eye on your Netflix shows. Everything is starting to come back. All American is coming back. On My Block is coming back.
Stranger Things. has
Stranger Things
shoots.
is coming
Yeah.
back.
Lock and
That's season
Key.
4 or 5?
Speaking of
4.
Speaking of things coming back on Netflix, I don't know when it was, but it was recently. Season 2 of Who Killed Sarah
Yes.
just got dropped.
A lot of
So,
seasons are
yeah.
already dropped. A lot of things are starting to come back. So keep an eye on your Netflix shows so you can get caught up.
But it's summer. It's like,
That's-
really?
Exactly.
But that's the perfect time. Kids are out of school, out of college. They're doing nothing.
My sister
see?
just finished up her first year of college.
Introverts
and
like
she's been
us don't have
binge
things to
watching.
do
Yeah.
outside.
When you're in, you haven't been in school for a while. When you're in school now, we're constantly like homework.
Right.
Yeah.
So when you don't got the time to sit down after school and watch TV, especially when you're back full time. I hated that for the fact that when we came back full time, I could not watch TV anymore because
Well,
I didn't have the time.
I've not been watching that much TV because the Stanley Cup playoffs are on, though. And I'm a hockey person because this is like the best kind of hockey to watch is playoff hockey.
Yep. So Grey's Anatomy, I don't know when Grey's season finale for season 17 is coming out. I thought it was a couple weeks ago. Turns out it wasn't.
Is this it?
Nope.
No.
Ellen Pompeo
No.
signed on again.
Season 18!
Season 18 is approved and coming.
All aboard the Grays train.
Again, Grey's Anatomy will not be canceled until Ellen Pompeo says I'm done.
Yeah.
And honestly,
Shonda said she'll keep writing.
small spoiler, but not really. Ellen Pompeo did very little acting in this season. She was very, very minimal in this season. You didn't see a whole lot from her. I mean, it's also they're going through the COVID pandemic and trying to like show how hospitals are going through this in this season.
As an actress, or maybe this is your, I don't really know because I've never been an actor, but isn't this your dream? You're on a how many ever season, and plus it's going to be upped, and they'll be showing reruns forever. The residuals of you're kind of like set, right?
Yep.
The cast of Friends, staying on topic, still makes millions of dollars a year.
Yeah.
I mean,
Friends
Ellen Pompeo
reruns.
is also like the highest paid actress of all
in
time.
TV.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, because Grey's Anatomy has been such a hit, and this is her only like big project she's ever done.
Yeah, Grey's is like pretty much all of
Yeah.
it.
Yeah, and there is something to say about like, will she ever be able to be someone who's not Meredith Grey? Because like you think of Rupert Grint, who was Ron Weasley in the Harry Potter films, and he found he could never not be Ron Weasley.
But she's set for
Whatever
life.
he was in.
She
What
is.
happens to child actors too?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Unless you're Zendaya, because she's done incredible.
Yeah, Zendaya's
yeah.
like the only one that's Zendaya.
Oh no.
Oh.
Oh no.
Euphoria.
It's happening again.
Euphoria.
Spider-Man,
Yeah.
The Greatest Showman. Oh no.
You don't know her?
Oh,
Oh.
it's happening.
Oh,
Well,
not
anyways,
again.
she's like the only like child Nick star, Disney star that's actually done something.
Yeah.
Like
Well,
every-
About Miley Cyrus.
Yeah, Miley
Well,
Cyrus.
other than Miley, but like there's very few. Like there's only like a handful.
Yeah.
Otherwise, like a lot of them turn to YouTube. Fred turned to YouTube. You guys know what I'm talking about when I say
Fred.
Fred? He turned to YouTube. He actually has a really popular YouTube channel. Josh Peck from Drake and Josh, YouTube. A lot of them are turning to YouTube and not doing anything
Ariana
else.
Grande from,
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
She made
what
it.
was that? Something Cap? What was the name of that show?
Yeah, Sam and
Sam
Cat.
and
Sam and
Victorious.
Cat and Victorious.
Victorious.
She got her start from Victorious and went to Sam and Cat. Jeanette McCurdy, she
Why
has a
was her voice
podcast.
so annoying on Sam and Cat?
They were supposed.
It
It
was
was
her
on
character.
Victorious. It was her character. It was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was her character carried over from Victorious, just like Sam's carried over from iCarly. They had to continue with the character.
Which, can we talk about how great the crossover movie I, Victorious was?
Yes!
That was the best episode.
That was a long
Yes.
time ago. I only watched it once when I still had cable, but I
Only
still
once?
You've
remember
only
it.
watched it once. I've watched
Yeah.
it a million times. I love that episode. It is the best episode.
Oh.
Yeah, that happened. Gosh, you're about to ask if I have a MySpace, aren't you?
Still haven't actually watched this. Big deal. Wait just a second. Was that my pager that went off?
Yeah.
Wait.
Oh god. Okay.
So,
we should probably
Another
move
just
on.
just another small update on Grey's Anatomy. Not a huge spoiler, but we did lose another original cast member this season.
Oh, please don't tell me.
I won't tell you who.
Oh,
I'm not
no.
gonna say
There's
who.
so few left.
But we did just lose
How many
another.
originals are there?
I'm going to tell you. I'm going to watch it, and if it's
There's-
Miranda Bailey, I'm going to quit.
There's only 3 left now.
Miranda, is she the doctor?
Miranda
All of them are doctors.
Bailey. So Bailey is the resident that starts off Meredith in the
Started as a
original
nurse,
entrance.
though, didn't she?
No, she
No.
started as a resident.
Bailey
Season
was
1,
never
she
a
was a
nurse.
resident.
Was she?
She just wasn't in. She was like, it was like her second or third year.
Yeah.
Third year as a doctor. Whereas a surgeon, it was like her second or third year. But she was Meredith's team, and like, so Meredith's interns, so it would be like Alex, Christina, Izzy. She was their resident when they first started. She is now the chief of surgery.
Yeah, the short African American woman who is surprisingly reminiscent of my mother.
Wait, I've never realized that. Wait, why? Why am I realizing that now?
Wow.
I've had your mom for 3 years straight, and I'm just realizing this. Oh,
Wow.
Shout out to
that's
Mrs. S.
Yeah.
that's
Love you,
amazing.
Mom.
So why don't we start talking about our shows and
Yeah.
not so I'm going back to shows I watched a long time ago that I actually did not realize were not on my quarantine 2020 list that I've been going through that still is not through, by the way, that we started at the beginning of the year. So my guilty pleasure show throughout all of this has been Love It or List It.
Oh, yes.
I've been obsessed with that show since the first time my sister showed me. I've been obsessed. Like, so you have, you know the show?
I do.
Okay, because you did not react like these two, so I wasn't sure if you knew it. So you have a team of 2 realtors. One is redesigning their house, these people's house, or the family's house, and the other one is trying to find them a new house. And eventually these clients will pick, do I keep the house that I'm already living in that was just redesigned to everything I want as best as possible, or do I go to this new house and just sell the old one? I quite actually love the show. I think it was an amazing show.
I feel like that's the show.
That's a show you can put on in the background while cooking.
Yeah.
Most people love it, right?
Yeah.
Every once in a while you get some people listed.
No, you guys. I think it's about an even amount.
Get a pretty.
I think it's an
nice
Yeah.
even amount. Yeah.
Like, that's the show that is always on TV, like, when you go to the dentist office or
Yeah.
the doctor's
No.
office.
Yeah. So it
That's
is
true.
It is streamed on Hulu. They have a few episodes, not all of them though.
Along that line, you've got Property Brothers, Fixer Upper.
Yep.
Yeah.
But okay, I'm not a huge fan
Marriage
of
or
those.
mortgage.
I've watched like most of them on Hulu, so I'm like, okay, well now I kind of want to watch more realtor shows like this, and I can't get into them. This is the only one I've ever been able to, other than like the tiny houses. I used to love the tiny houses shows.
Yeah, I'm
When I
kind
was-
of obsessed with tiny houses.
Yes.
That's unusual because I'm kind of a big guy.
I could never live in a tiny house.
There's been like whole families that moved into a tiny house with like small children. I'm like, how do you do that? I would never.
I would not be opposed to living in a camper and just traveling around
Yes,
the world.
I
Would
always
not be
wanted to
opposed.
like renovate one of the buses into a tiny house, like a school bus into a
that'd
tiny
be
house,
fun.
and then just travel.
So we have a new show now.
Yeah,
Take an old school bus and renovate it.
absolutely.
Oh, that'd be
fun.
amazing. I would love to do it. So Nate, do you have anything?
Yeah, before I get into my show, I just want to say that check Marvel's Instagram because they just dropped their next 2 years worth of projects. So,
Ooh.
yeah. And so, you know how I had a bit of a Star Wars thing going on for a while there?
Yes.
So there's a new Star Wars show. It's called The Bad Batch. We met them in the last season of... What's the show? Oh no, The Clone Wars. There we go. And they're getting their own show, which follows, if you know Star Wars, Order 66, where they made all the clones kill the Jedi. So it's after that, and we're just seeing this the misfit island of toys of clone troopers.
So this is all coming
Yeah.
out on Marvel?
It's all on Disney Plus, but that's Star Wars. But Marvel did just release a bunch. Like they slated out their next 2 years for us. And it looks great. And the first trailer for The Eternals is out. So
Nathan, are you counting down the days till Loki?
I am so counting. June 17th.
So many shows are coming out on June 17th. There was another one I saw that was coming out on June 17th. I can't remember what it was called. But we have a bunch of stuff coming June 17th. We also have iCarly. There's another one that, again, I can't think of the name. Oop. I'm breaking things. Go ahead, Leela.
All right. So, hi. I love comedies. I'm a big comedy person. So, we got Parks and Recreation. Okay, please don't kill me on this. I like Parks and Recreation more than The Office.
That's fair. I don't
Yeah.
like The Office very much. I don't.
Parks and Recreation is amazing.
Hang on.
I find all the Office characters far too annoying.
I like The Office, but I couldn't. I watched the first few seasons, and after that, I was like, I can't anymore. It got a little too much.
Yeah.
I can't take them. I think everyone in that office except for like Pam is annoying. Can't.
I
deal
love
with them.
Jim. Jim is my favorite.
Jim's great too.
Jim's
I
good.
love Jim.
Yeah. But see, like, Parks and Recreation, like, It gets better as the seasons progress. Like, it really hits its stride in season 3, and it becomes so much more. It becomes more meaningful than The Office does. I
think my problem with shows like The Office is more of the plot line doesn't follow. Like, you don't have
you
don't have the same plot. Like, it's not like carrying the plot from each episode, like each show. That's my problem with those type of shows. I need the same thing to continue happening and then building off that.
In other news, Joe Biden played himself in Parks and Recreation.
Yes!
I know that from an interview.
Yes, he did!
He showed up.
When was that?
He wasn't...
Well, he was, I believe he was a senator at the time.
No, he was vice president.
Was it?
Really?
Yeah, because Leslie and Ben went to Washington, D.C., and Leslie met Joe Biden then.
Wow. So, yeah.
Interesting.
Joe Biden was on Parks and Rec playing himself. They asked if he wanted to play someone, and he said, "Can I play myself?" And they said, "Yep."
Can we talk about Donald Trump being on
Home Alone?
Yeah.
Home Alone.
Little Rascals.
He had the one show, The Apprentice.
Yeah, The Apprentice.
Yeah.
That's where he got his fame.
Oh, Mr. Horton's gonna appreciate this one. Andrew Luck was also in an episode of Parks and Recreation.
Really?
Yes, they had a
quarterback for the
Indianapolis Colts.
He's retired now.
Yeah.
No wonder I didn't know that name.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I was like, I don't know this person. I'm gonna be quiet.
That's why I directed it towards Mr. Horton. Well, that's because like it takes place in Indiana, and one time they went to go visit the Colts, and Reggie Bush was also in that scene too.
Wow.
Yeah.
I know Reggie Watts from The Late Late Show with James Corden.
I love The Late Late Show.
That's a good show.
I
also.
love
Yes.
James Corden. He's great.
But movie musical people, can you please stop casting him? We need somebody else.
Yeah.
Let's get some Broadway.
I feel
people
like
in there.
whatever he touches, it sort of dies. I mean, Cats, the Emoji Movie. It really is.
Was
the
Emoji
only one that
movie-
was semi-okay
Is the
was
Emoji Movie his fault, or does the Emoji just idea of an Emoji Movie just the dumbest thing ever?
Okay, but funny story. I watched the Emoji Movie in theaters, and then I went outside of the theater, and I met Terry Pagula.
Who?
Who?
Why do people know this name?
It was in Wellsville.
Wait, who?
walked-
Who is this person?
Who is Terry Pagula?
Terry Pagula is the owner of the Buffalo Sabres and Bills.
And the Buffalo Bills.
Okay.
Oh.
Yes.
He's from Carbondale, Pennsylvania.
Yeah.
I don't even know where that is, and I live in Pennsylvania.
Yeah.
It sounds like that's definitely an old mining town.
Scranton by Scranton.
Got
Another reference to The Office.
it. Yes. That's where The Office takes place.
Yes.
I will just chirp in along Leela's comedy lines. I was just sometimes you just want those shows that you've seen, but they make you laugh. And anyways, long story short, I started rewatching Modern Family.
Ooh, that's a.
Yeah.
Oh, so-
on Hulu. All
Yep.
the seasons are on Hulu now.
So
I started rewatching it. It's just you can put it on, makes you smile. You don't have to be too focused.
I've never known how I felt about Modern Family. Like, I watched it on and off. Like, my dad used to watch it. So, like, when I was at his house on the weekends, I would watch it on and off and, like, kind of get bits and pieces. I don't know how I feel about it. I've never gone back and, like, just started watching from the beginning. Maybe that's what I need to do, but I've never gotten my opinion on it enough to.
It makes me laugh. I like the, Phil Dunphy with his slapstick.
I've actually never watched it.
You've never watched Modern Family?
I've never either.
You've never watched Modern Family?
No.
Shows again.
And we're done.
Wow. I didn't even know what to say right now.
You look like,
it's a good walk.
for a second there, you looked like the child in the corner with the cone hat on, like, I'm disappointed in myself.
And then dunce.
Yeah.
In more news, I'm continuing to watch Outlander.
Oh.
Yeah.
And enjoy it.
I think we talked and we're not allowed to say the word I used last time.
Yeah, right. So let me say this, and this is a general commentary on a lot of shows. It seems like when they get too many seasons in, that they try too hard. The storyline gets away from. You got to shows like that where
Yeah.
A lot
Game
of
Thrones never did that.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, there was.
See, that's a lot of people's problem with again, we bring up Grey's Anatomy. That's a lot of people's problem with Grey's Anatomy. Is like it did for a while. It got a little boring.
That is every person's problem with seasons 4 through 6 of
Yes.
Glee.
But I will say the past like 2 seasons, and maybe you guys can agree with me, that they have gotten back to the original, like you get the original first couple seasons feeling from it. I will say Grey's is starting to get back off that boring streak that they were in.
What I liked about Grey's was the hospital setting, the emergency room, the learning environment of the new doctors, and then the interpersonal relationships. But I like the emergency, that part of it.
Yeah.
And they get away from that, and then it's
Yeah, they definitely get a little bit away from that this season. A lot of the focus is like, I don't know if you guys heard, which this isn't really a huge spoiler. It's kind of just like an announcement that Grey's Anatomy itself has made an announcement that April came back this season.
Oh. Yes.
For a couple of episodes. I don't know if she's coming back again.
I don't think so.
I don't think so. It was kind of like, the same issue with, if you've watched the season The Beach, a lot of those people, they came back for an episode or 2 and then left again.
Can we do a favorite, we talked about this but not on the show, favorite, most memorable first quarantine show? What's your
Let me go through my
What did I
list.
say last time? First quarantine show.
how about most
Oh, yeah,
memorable
of course.
quarantine show?
Game of
Outer
Thrones.
Banks.
Game of Thrones. Outer Banks. I love
Outer
it.
Banks is a really good
Outer
show.
Banks is
from
Yeah.
pretty
Sabrina
good.
Gallagher.
Yeah, season 2 of Outer Banks is also coming. We've been
course.
waiting because you've been excited for it too.
Yes.
I started watching it, and then I went, I don't like this. And then I started watching it.
Of-
I like that.
I'm not. Wait, I've watched too much over the first quarantine.
Ending, I have to see what
We need to see.
Oh, yeah.
What happened?
Because they think they're dead. They're in the Bahamas.
It's the same type of thing with Riverdale. We don't know what's going to happen.
Oh no, they're getting loud.
You're scaring me. Oh wait,
You can't talk, you can't, when you're talking about iconic quarantine shows, you can't leave out Tiger King.
Yes.
Tiger King.
That's my
Yeah.
most memorable.
That's my most
Tiger
memorable
King.
documentary.
You cannot leave out the Tiger
Okay,
King.
can I just say my whole story with not Outer Banks, Tiger King is like a whole weird thing. So I'm scrolling through Netflix. My bed is not in the normal place it's in. I'm in the middle of painting my room because we all had our quarantine projects. I decided to redo my room because I
I did
wasn't
not
going
have
to
a
Europe,
project.
so I had $300 that I saved to spend. I'm like, I'm gonna buy paint. Let's paint my room. So my bed's in the middle of my room, and I'm like, my TV's tilted so I can watch TV. I'm laying down. I'm like, I need something new to watch. I'm scrolling through all the new things. Tiger King's on there. I'm like, oh, interesting. I'll watch it. Binge watched it that night. Finished the whole thing. 2 days later, all of a sudden, it's the most popular thing on social media, and I'm like, okay.
That's what
Now,
everybody's talking about it, so I figured I better watch it.
I know this fits more in with XYZ, but of course, you remember when Tiger King thought that Joe Exotic thought he was gonna get a pardon, and he had a whole
Oh
menagerie
He had a
lined up
limo,
for his
mullet redone, whole makeover.
Well,
Oh, yeah.
Joe Exotic has now reached out to President Joe Biden for a pardon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Did we not
He just
remember
wants
that
out,
he
man.
ran for mayor? Can we just talk
He
about
did run
he
for
ran
mayor.
for mayor?
Yeah.
Did he run for governor too, right?
Yeah.
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 Honestly.
He ran for a few different
Only
offices.
in Oklahoma.
No, I only tried
Florida.
to, hire an assassin. It's not a big deal.
I just like to blow things up.
Yeah.
I've
So
only
we're-
killed a
we're in
few
agreement
people.
The most talked about probably was Tiger King.
I will
Yeah.
say for me, other than the Tiger King, and I've watched 1,010,000 shows over quarantine. That I can't pick one that's my favorite. I would say the most thing that I'll go back to again is gonna be Handmaid's Tale. I loved that.
I'm watching right now.
Yes, and I did see that there's more episodes coming out. Another big topic show right now, Cruel Summer.
I saw
It's
that.
on Hulu.
No,
It's super highly advertised. As I'm watching YouTube, that's my biggest advertisement right now. They're releasing episode by episode, week by week. It looks really good from the ads and stuff I've seen. I really want to watch it, but again, I don't want to do that week by week thing, so I'm kind of waiting for it to come out. But that's a really big popular one everybody's talking about.
The one that, like, I watch with my family, it's not school appropriate at all, but Mr. Horton might know this one, Boston Legal.
I've watched it, yeah.
It's on Hulu.
Yeah.
William Shatner's in it.
I was going to say William Shatner, but there's somebody else. One of the
James
main characters.
James Spader.
James Spader.
Yes.
That's
Robert,
a-
California.
From James Spader, from, what was the other one? The show that he just did that's on? He's on that show where he's a criminal, but, what's the name of the show?
You realize so many shows.
Look up the actor and then look at his works.
Yeah.
Yep.
James Spader is amazing.
So, do we want to go one more show to talk about, or are we gonna start cutting out?
We're at 26 minutes.
Yeah, we should probably
Yeah.
Blacklist.
Oh, okay. Yep,
That's
that's
a
a
great
really
show.
good show.
That's
Yep,
a great
we've
show.
talked about that before.
Yeah, that's a really good show.
That one's really good. Okay, so I think we're gonna call it done for the week. We had a lot of fun in this
Yeah.
episode.
Yeah.
I feel like
We had
we went a lot off topic, but we got a lot
That's
talked
okay.
about.
We did.
Yeah, from the beginning.
We started off topic and continued on.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
Just keep your reminder, keep an eye out on your Netflix shows,
We've only
and
got a couple weeks left of school.
so we only have I think we only have about maybe 2 or 3 episodes left before we are going to be out and not be back, and I won't be back ever again.
Yeah.
It's not necessarily true. We could have guests appear, right?
I'm going to be in Buffalo.
Like a Zoom call.
Yeah, we can do Zoom calls.
I refuse to use
I'm
Zoom
double,
ever again
I'm
in my
double
life.
majoring. I don't know if I'll have time.
Fair enough.
But we have a couple of episodes left. Again, just keep your reminder. Look at your Netflix shows. You know, keep an eye out on dates that are coming out for some new shows. Big one, iCarly on June 17th. You know, that's a big one for a lot of people around our generation. So just keep your eye out. Thanks for tuning in. We'll be back next week, hopefully, as long as we're not shut down.
Yeah.
Thanks for tuning in to What Are You Watching? I'm Riley Schott, and I'm here with
Nate Slauson.
Leela.
Future Hall of Famer, Mr. Horton.